Hello and welcome to another episode of Anno 1800 Let's Play. We are on episode 6 and I am MJ86. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a technical issue. I've actually already recorded episode 6, but it turned out that my microphone decided to make me sound like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. And not in a good way. So I've actually progressed an hour in advance from our last episode, so we'll have to go ahead and try and recap you on what I've done in that hour whilst going forward. Now, in some way, this is probably a good thing because I need to address a couple of issues that I've not really paid any attention to, and I'm going to be in deep doo-doo if I don't. Now let me just quickly solve the problem of this, what he's whinging about. Okay, so specifically what I'm talking about in regards to my problem is going to be my military, or lack thereof. Now, if I remember correctly, what's new is I've got some cotton plantations. These are going to be making some cotton mill, or they will be going to the cotton mill, which is up here. This is a good that I need to send to the old world. In this production chain, it can make sails, but I'm not interested in making ships in this on this island because they're wind-powered ships, and I'll focus on my main production of ships in the old world, being as I'll be able to get access to steam-powered ships in the near future. So what I'll be doing is I'll be making the cotton plantations, will be turning into the cotton mill, and that will be sent over to my old world. Now I need that for furs, fur coats and the like in the old world. Now the issue I have is the pirates in the old world are numerous. As you can see here on the mini-map, there are a lot of them. And my problem, as we have seen throughout my my time in this game, is no matter what I set up trade route wise, they just keep destroying it. So I need to get a little bit more aggressive and just thin the ranks a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to make some frigates and I want to make some ship of the lines. Now I'm going to stick this on auto publish just to stop that from interrupting me. Right. So, by the way, auto-publish is not necessarily a good idea if you are somebody who is overworking your people or generally have a unhappy populace. But look, I've got festivals going on, everyone seems to be quite happy. So yeah, I need to make some weapons. Now, let's do this. So, I already have one of these on the island somewhere. Here. I've not got enough steel. So, I've got steel there. Now this, weren't these guys working extra hard? No. Right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop the productivity to 25% on these. And I'm going to increase the productivity on these. So in effect what that should do, as well as evening out the happiness, is it should mean that these are created a lot quicker, these are created less quickly, and as a result we should have thereabouts an extra 50% of this, of that resource. So we shall see what happens there. Now hopefully that means that this will kick into action and we shall start producing guns, because I really need guns. That's the one thing I don't have right now. And if I'm going to make an actual stand here and not get my butt handed to me by the pirates, then that's what I'm going to need to do. I'm just having a quick look around here. I'm just going to see if I can think of removing my fisheries to try and make a little bit of a better port in the frontier. So I require an awful lot of fish. Now I'm just going to use Blueprint a second, and I'm just going to work out roughly what my shoreline is going to look like. And then I'm going to... So I'm just creating an area now where it's going to be strictly fisheries. So that's kind of what my shoreline is going to look like. Okay. So with that in mind, let's get rid of the middle one. And we're going to make use of our harbour. As you can see, if I place this guy here, it's going to encompass the whole island. I just want to make sure that wherever... Let's move you. Oh, you won't go there, will you? Why not? Out of the way. Free coast is needed. Okay. That's clearly an issue for the second. Still an issue. Oh, you're so fussy. Okay. Right, okay, so here we go. Yep, there we go. So that encompasses everything in the purple ring. Right, so now we're going to chuck that down there and that down there. Now this does look pretty ugly. But that's fine because we can make things look absolutely beautiful now. Right, I'm going to put a warehouse down. To be honest with you, I'm thinking maybe I'll put 2 warehouses down, one on each side to deal with the fact that there are 3 fisheries, and I can also then start thinking of using the area for other less... I don't know, just bear with me. Bear with me as I try and make this look a little bit neater, a little bit more aesthetic. Let's pop some trees down. A little bit of a forest there. Okay, and because it's connected to all of this road here, it means that I'm going to be fine. This'll work. Okay. Now, I've got 4 fisheries here, and I've got one of these bad boys. Right. Not sure if I want to build you just yet. I've still got blueprint mode on, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of work out my plans as to what I'm going to do for the entirety of this island. Now, I can use this as a sort of staging ground, if you like. If I got here, is that artisans? Okay, so this, if you guys remember me saying, is a pad, if you like, that is similar to the main dock here. So where you get passive trade, and indeed any old trade where I can send these things over and then I can transfer items, you need something such as this. Or this. And what that means is that ships won't have to then make the journey all the way around, they can just jump on this side here. Now, because I'm building on the coast again, this does also mean that I'm going to have to try and defend this area. So what I'm thinking of doing here is if I pop a gun there, and one there. Now, if you can see, the purple ring on these things are pretty big, so that should be enough to keep things at bay. But I need guns for that, and I've not quite got my guns yet. This is fine. So here's what we're going to do. You 3 are fine. I'm happy with you 3 being there. Which means I can now get rid of you guys. That's my shipbuilding. I need to keep that. Hang on a second. Have I built 2 of them? Oh no, that's sand, isn't it?
It's a surprise inspection.
Okay. So now what this should mean is that I am now making a lot of fish. Which is fine. Let's just complete the rest of the look for this. So making use of the
Please don't leave your crate unattended.
the key beautification tool, you start kind of getting that look about it of, I don't know, looks a little bit cooler. I don't really like how that connects there, but that's fine. I'm just gonna accept that. I've not got enough bricks, have I? How annoying. In my lost footage, I did manage to start building into the Embesser, which I will show you guys in a bit. There's some cool mechanics in there. There's you got to think of things such as irrigation, which is an interesting one. We've not had to deal with irrigation before, so that's fun. That's about as good as I can get it to look, really, I think. And I'll join this bit here, so that's not just some weird floaty island. In fact, here's what we're going to do. I'll pop this there so that you've got somebody. This will repair ships as they come in for that. There we go. I don't need you. I don't like how it's connecting, so I'm just going to move things a little bit. I mean, honestly, I could probably get away with just doing the one gun. Let's do that. I'm not happy with the look of it, and I'm fussy. I wonder if these things come with guns, because your base... No, it doesn't. The base harbour that you build will come with a gun. Right, this thing here, the depot, it'll increase your storage capacity. Does it say that on here? Increases overall storage capacity by an extra 50. So these are quite cool to have, especially if you're making lots of goods. And this is one of those buildings where you can cycle between different styles, so you can have actual warehouse things or just stuff. And I'll build that ready. So I just need to wait for my resources to come through. I need a lot of bricks for that. Let me just finish my key. Come up to here. Crikey, that's 24 bricks for that. But there you go, that makes it look a little bit more believable. Which is what I'm going for. Something that looks like it makes sense. I need more bricks for that to finish this off. That's fine. As that stands. Now I could try and put another gun. Maybe I'll do that. So what I've got here now is two guns. That's the big gun. That's the little gun. There is a reason why you might want to use these, because these actually slow them. They slow them down a bit better than these. These do more damage. And these less so, but they're useful for slowing enemies down. Whilst we're here, I'm still waiting for my guns to build up. How many guns have I got?
Celebrate your leadership.
I've still got 0 guns. Right. Okay. This is not funny.
I
need
have to
to...
trust my instincts where you're concerned.
Right, I'm missing steel. I'm just going to build, bite the bullet, and I'm going to build. I'm going to build one of these. Another one. Because it's just taking far too long. It just doesn't seem to be working very efficiently for me.
It's like a prison here.
Right, off you go. Right, I'm just blueprinting a design. Make sure that I'm happy with what I've made. See, that's got a big gun on it. So that's always going to be able to defend you to some degree, but you will need to eventually put something half decent there.
Ceasefire has ended.
Right. Ceasefire with Anno is finished.
Just say the word.
So I started a ceasefire with Anno, which I had to pay a bit of money for. And I've obviously set up this trade route here. So I'm just going to assign my Imperial Command ship to
Just
that.
say the word.
It's better than nothing, but to be honest with you, it's probably not going to be able to do an awful lot. Let me just quickly see if I've got anything that I can stick on the ship. That will help. No. Okie dokie.
We're taking every care.
I feel like I've not got an awful lot of space to build stuff in, even though it looks like I do. Okay, so I have got a frigate.
Awaiting new horizons.
Aha! That's what we've done. We've also created a route to the new world. So this one's doing the cotton. So I've got the cotton coming from my new world colony that we was talking about at the beginning of the episode. And what that is doing is, with my artisans here, they like fur coats. And if we have a look into the chain here, we've got fur coats. And as you can see, you need a cotton plantation and a cotton mill. But as you can see by the little globe kind of symbol there, that means it comes from a different region. So I've got cotton mill stuff coming through. And I've got hunting cabins and fur dealers here. I've got 2 hunting cabins. And then I've got one of these. Another good thing to notice when you're trying to work out how efficient buildings are and what have you is, say for example with this hunting cabin, you can see furs and it's got 1 minute. That's how long it takes to create a set amount of furs. Fur coats, however, take 30 seconds. So we know that by looking at these, if those are making some furs in 1 minute and that's making coats in 30 seconds, then 2 of those will feed one of those. For you know, optimum efficiency. I need to address the fact that I've not got enough farmers. I've had to place a hospital. These are buildings that in this tier will deal with plagues when you get plagues. So you've got fire from the farmers, riots from the workers, plagues from the artisans. I've also unlocked the ability to create a zoo and the ability to create a museum. But I'm not going to use them just yet. We'll look into using them a little bit later. And I'm just in the process of building a university here for these fine citizens here. Now, what I'm thinking is, no, Let me see what we can upgrade here.
Workforce shortage.
I'm just trying to carry on with my city look.
Ceasefire
There's an
has
opportunity here to
The corset is a little tight.
make something attractive. There is a fountain that takes up. There we go. And then I shall have. In fact, don't these guys have.
Flowers for the lady.
This is going to be the area where all my artisans are living, so you're going to want things to look a little bit nice. You don't need to, I'm just trying to make things again look a little bit believable, a little bit like it, well, just like it makes sense really, I suppose.
We earned this.
Is it new?
She had cotton thread all over her bonnet.
Just plonk in some trees and stuff. Just trying to make it look nice. Okay. Some more space here for trees. Let me speed that up so it's actually doing something useful whilst I'm waiting. Right, okay. So, I need to actually place that would be nice. Something worth noting is, remember when I said about the marketplaces and the pubs? Now, you need those for your farmers. You also need them for your for your workers. So you've got your market there and you've got your pub there. However, when you get to the point of artisans, they don't need pubs and they don't need marketplaces. So once I've built up my areas, so like for example here, I can get rid of my pub and my marketplace. I can use that space for something more efficient, just something more desirable, I guess. So that's worth bearing in mind. I'm good, and that's what I will do. Now we're making guns, which is great. Not very fast, might I add, but that's great. Now the huge elephant in the room now is the fact that I've got minus 352 work pool for farmers. So I'm going to make some farmland.
Workforce shortage.
And that will fall in amongst here somewhere. So, blueprint on. This is a kind of design that I was working on in another game that I've got going on, and it worked out quite nice. I am literally just randomly, haphazardly placing these buildings. Now I'm going to need to make sure that some of them have got access to roads, otherwise they'll start complaining. So that's that. And that's my little neighbourhood. Now they're going to want a marketplace. I'm literally plonking things down anywhere and everywhere. Generally, I'm trying to make it look like, I don't know, like it's real. Oh, that won't fit in there, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it look believable. Make it just look a little bit different. I mean, you've got, in the city, you've got all this uniform. So, like, with your normal workers, as I said before, this is all like your uniform. It's very regimented, high-density living. And as, generally speaking, as you kind of move out of the city and you end up in the countryside, you end up getting this more haphazardly placed, more spacious living, and that's the kind of feel I'm looking for here.
Job on me regulars if you hadn't come along.
Now I could
I
just go with the whole squash everyone together to make everything really efficient, but honestly I don't think that serves the aesthetic that I'm looking for very well, and so because of that I'm not going to go with that. I've got an idea for around here actually.
Workforce shortage.
So this is a quarry that I'm not going to use because frankly one is enough. I can use it if I wanted to for a quick gain, but it's not really worth it, the extra money that you end up paying. So what I'm doing is, because this is in the countryside, I'm just using the beautification tools that I've got here for the farmers to fence it off. There you go. No one's gonna fall into that. And then we've got a fire station here. There you go. All these blank spaces, they all get filled in with trees and other stuff. So, for example, and that is literally just doing a bit of a Bob Ross and just chucking things round, not worrying about where you're putting things. You know, inviting that happy little accident. So these are just some bushes.
It's
I need to press that
important to
there.
be true to oneself.
And then what you will eventually come up with
But a noble one.
is something that ultimately
Marriage
looks
of earth
just
and
a
heaven
little bit
is
nicer.
unethical.
And as you see, it starts to kind of like become something then. This is a marketplace, so in a marketplace you're going to find things such as flatbed wagons,
Ceasefire has ended.
hay bales, log piles. Might even find the odd outhouse.
You farmouth can't even roll up
And here's what we're going to do with these. Have some washing lines added in. And it's literally just a case of just trying to make things look that little bit cooler. Make it look more believable. More realistic. More.
You grow up fast.
What else can we place? And as I said, I'm literally just chucking things down as and wherever I see fit. I kind of think that the more random you place things, the more realistic maybe things start to look. You know, this is the kind of area where people don't have all the organisation that you would find in the city. These are, you know, simple folk who just live life in a more natural and free-flowing way. And I guess as a result, their houses will depict that. So just drag in to fill in the gaps. And then it's a bit difficult trying to work out what's a beautification and what. There we go. There's one more there. Fantastic. And then you end up with something that kind of starts looking a bit more like a, I think anyway, a little bit better, a little bit more like a farm community area. And yeah, you just kind of carry on as you were.
You'd only weigh me to the bottom.
You know that we have 10 farmers per house, so we know that we're going to need a couple to meet the demand of our farms. Now, I know for a fact also that we're going to need a pub as well. We know for a fact that we know for a fact that we're going to need quite a few because we've got a lot of farms placed, and we've also we're also probably going to use more farms to that effect as well as we go on. Although I do plan on using the oil, the fuel, at some point. Okay, so as long as I'm making enough resources, this should have everybody nice and happy. And as you can see, we're slowly chipping into this deficit of the work pool, which is great. That's what we wanted to do.
Oh, that's that. I know.
Okay. So I've not given myself a huge amount of space to build all of this stuff. But this should do what I wanted it to do. So we only need 36 more people. And we'll hit that with all this new addition. So that's fun.
Scattering of blossom.
Same as before, I'm just going to fill the gaps in with the trees. And the trees will do it for now.
Ceasefire has
Now I'm going to come back and fill in all the gaps later on. But doesn't that look cool? I think so anyway. I think that looks like really cool. Like it looks like a little, well, just like a little farmland area. You know, all the farmers live in there. They're all happy. They've got all their needs sorted, so that's great. So now I need to turn my attention to other things again. Guns. What's our situation with guns? I still need to make some more guns. I need some more wood as well. But at least we know that that is now working. We've not got much wood coming in. How many of these have I got? I've got 2 of them and 2 of them. Maybe that's the problem. I don't need 2 carpenters. 2 sawmills rather. Let's get rid of that because I've got the increased efficiency, remember, from this. So that will actually help counteract the fact that that wasn't working as efficiently as it could. Let's take a quick look at my production. Right. If I remember, bread was the big issue here. I need to build another windmill. I need more iron and coal. My production isn't too great on pretty much anything, really. But we're still raking in a lot of money, so that's always good to have. Now, what I want to do is I want to try and upgrade some of these fellas if I can.
Mine is a life.
I need some more sewing machines, and I need that university. Right, we got a university. So that's just a building similar to the school. Hopefully, what that will now mean is once we get enough sewing machines, if it wants to hurry up, we can now advance to the next age. Now, whilst that's happening, I'll keep us on a kind of little bit faster. I'm going to show you Mbessa.
Brave people these, who will stay the devouring.
So this is our settlement in Mbessa.
Dance and sing.
I'm not sure if I showed
This is a
me
legacy
placing
I
all
will
of
hand
this
my people,
originally at the
a
start,
land of song and joy.
but we've got
This land you come from.
our people living around there. They're content at the moment, which is great.
Miriam tells
I had
me
to place
your
this
lands hold
irrigation,
rain
which was an
fire.
interesting thing. So I've had to use the river slot to make the water pump,
Have you seen my baby
and then
brothers?
build all of
The
this
sand mice keep running
irrigation stuff, which is really cool. And around where the irrigation is,
away. Next
it
time,
creates
perhaps.
this lush grass area, but it also creates fertility. So for farms such as this, which is creating linseed. So that was quite fun to try and work out what that was all about. It also, I didn't need it for the goat farm, which I thought it did, but as you can see, it's hugely boosting the productivity of the farm. So that was cool. Worth remembering, you need to attach your irrigation trench to this circular bit here. You can't attach it any way you want to, it has to be there. And the same applies for your fire station. You have to have it go by this bit. So that's worth remembering. But yeah, this is quite cool, isn't it? Oh, I was expecting to have to place them, but because I've not got blueprint mode on, it just automatically placed it, which is fine. Cool, huh? I think it's cool anyway.
Ounces of beer and as many loaves. We are celebrating Banahu's betrothal tonight.
Do you guys not have like some sort of pathway? So these have got goat milk coming on. This is just their kind of their version of a pub. They've got some really cool architecture actually. Oh, dried meat. I wonder if that's like biltong. Nice. That's what we want. Okay, so that's that. I'm not going to worry too much about what's going on over here. I'm just happy to let these guys crack on with things. I've set things to sell that I'm making a lot of. Just whilst I'm not really doing anything else. I need to make some elders actually before I can upgrade that, and that is kind of heavily overloaded. Maybe I should make another one. Maybe that will help. Okay, back to the old world. So we're not going to worry too much about that, as I said. I need some more wood, and then I can make my mana wars. I'm saying they're not mana wars, they're ships of the line. But they are cool ships to have. Now, here we go. This is the moment we've been looking for.
You reach a new.
Here we go. The age of science and wonder. So, engineers, that is what we wanted.
Before I draw any
Now, as with everybody else, they have more things that they want. Everybody wants something all the blooming time. But that's fine. One cool thing is, so, Steam Shipyard. That is great to know. Lady Jane Faithful is guarding the world. Faithful to Sir John. This is to the Arctic. Now, we want to go to the Arctic.
My name is Lady Jane Faithful, and it is my husband, Sir John.
That is what we want to
His
do.
expedition is lost in the Arctic.
Well,
2 years.
John is a
The
silly boy.
Admiralty haven't done much about his rescue. But fortunately, I have.
Alright, so she's going to give us a mission in a bit.
Roger. I'll be joining you.
And that will let us go to the Arctic, which is another region. It's an interesting region. So that's what we'll be doing. Sail to... Right, so... This one is for the Queen, which gives you the huge, huge land. I don't need to worry about that one just now. But let's go to the Arctic. Let's get that one sorted. So we'll assign the ship. As you can see, my ships aren't that great for this, so maybe I won't. I'll have to wait. Probably need to build better stuff. Now, you may or may not have noticed, but we now have this symbol here. This indicates whether it is electrified or not, because now we have electricity, or access to the train that creates electricity. Now, this is an electrical plant, and that increases the efficiency of everything around it. But for that, I need oil. And this is an oil refinery. It's quite an expensive endeavour. Now the question is... Right. I was just wondering which island would be best for me to build stuff on. This is unhappy over here. Too much stuff coming through the doors, huh? So, Commuter Harbour. This is an amazing but expensive building to have. What that does is it allows you to have to share your population between your two islands. So, for example, this island has a plus 90 of the farmers. This island has plus 244 and all of these others. If I was to put a pier on both islands, the 90 farmers from the other island will be put on this island, and vice versa. All of these will be also accessible on that island. It's fantastic if you've got small islands that you want to have your workforce spread over and you haven't got room to build the houses for them. Other items that we've got is the steam shipyard that allows us to build actually decent ships. And Big Betty. Big Betty. She's great. She's a huge, 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 huge gun. I'm going to place that, I was thinking, on the corner here somewhere, and that should generally cover this whole island, or at least this whole harbour area. So that's what I'm going to do there. Let me just move this, because I want to, similar to what I did in the last one, my last island. Just prepare for the eventuality that I'm going to need more harbour storage space. And I kind of like the symmetrical look of that. I don't have bricks here, do I? That's fine. I'm probably going to move the fish just the same as I did on the other one. It's a bit disappointing that you can't build fisheries then further out on these things. That would be really cool, but then I suppose that would allow you to have crazy setups, I guess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guns into here. And I should probably prepare for the eventuality of needing a way to repair things. I've not quite worked out how to do that with my current aesthetic. So it almost feels natural to just put it there, but then that dismantles my aesthetic for the gun. There we go. So put that there, and I'll fill that in with a key. Maybe. I don't know, I'm just playing around right now. Okay, so we're now looking at the possibility of adding a pier. I don't think that's going to now fit in there, but that's... oh well, that is what it is. But don't forget, I can also use this down here, and there's going to be it's a nice big one over there. So maybe what I'll do is I'll put like a little harbour pier down here, which will make a quick link to this island that way. Okay. It'd be really nice if I could actually build a ship, you know. Have I got a limestone quarry anywhere nearby? Copper. Right, ship of the line. Let's get one of them. Oh, there we go. Limestone quarry. So I need limestone because I'm going to now start to build concrete, which is the new building block that I've unlocked. So, once I can build that, we'll start getting that.
I like to have a finger in every pie.
It's a shame that I haven't got coal mines on this island, because that would have been more efficient. But that isn't a problem, because what I can do is I can build coal mines. I've got coal deposits on this one, I've got 2. So, to be honest with you, it probably would have been better to have my limestone. Maybe what I could do is... have my whole production of concrete over here. Maybe that's what I'll do. So in fact, if I delete you, I don't need you. We'll have it over here. Yeah, because I've got a coal mine there, which will be handy to have. Zinc. That's your limestone there. And there. Limestone, iron, and coal.
Good news with others.
Let me just link these buildings up. I'm not necessarily going to use all of these buildings. So I'm probably going to need to...
Your harbor is under
Uh-oh. Who's that? Oh, this is just a pirate passing, I believe. Yeah, there you go.
Sails!
But here we go. Ship of the line's going to be coming out any minute now.
New orders?
There you go. So there's your ship of the line. Nice big ship.
An explosion in one of your factories.
Oh, for goodness sake. That normally starts fires as well, but because I'm guessing there's nothing around it, then that's why that didn't happen. Okay, so the spectacles. Spectacles are a new thing that we've got. We've just unlocked that, actually. So, sand mine. We've got sand that's feeding into the glass makers already to make the windows. But we also need to now tap into my zinc and my copper. I don't have zinc over here, but I do have copper, so copper can go in here. I need to think about this in the sense of I'm starting to hit into resources now where I need to lean a lot more on this island over here. So I'm just a little bit cautious about that. And whilst I'm thinking of it, I know I'm going to need at some point this nitra and grapes. I'm not going to find one with both. I don't think you can actually. We'll see what we've got and when we get there. Oh, wrong buttons. And unfortunately, we're starting to run out of time now all of a sudden.
Steelsman.
Let me see if I can start the expedition.
Good captains respect the sea, fear it.
Smush up the line isn't enough either.
Climb the rigging.
That's dead.
Your chance to fight for something worth fighting for.
Okay, so
Will they get to you?
I want to build electricity. Now electricity is going to need to use trains to eventually get them to a oil harbour, such as this. Now I'm thinking of having my oil harbour. I've got oil there and I've got oil. I've just got 6 nodes, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all my nodes there. Now if I was to be intelligent, which I'm not, I would have probably done the oil collection here to run off into here, and that would have been my harbour for oil. Just because it's going to cost a lot more to run the train line all the way up here into this main hub here. However, this is where all my industry is, and it will all benefit quite a lot from that.
What a time to be alive.
Let's just get rid of the farmers that were left in my city here. Now, I'm obviously going to run into a problem when I get rid of all of these as well. But we'll deal with that as and when we can. So, this is my power station. I'm going to want to chuck that somewhere centrally, I think, maybe. Or somewhere like here. So, where this building is, you can move. And that's going to be my power station. So that's got a train line running into it. So I'm thinking of running the train line through down to here. I wonder if I can... Just checking quickly if I can build one of these. I've not got enough wood being made. And I've selected some sort of ship. What have I got that is now moving? Oh, do you know what? I'm being stupid here. I'm just deciding where that goes. Right. place this here? Would that be that? Yeah, that kind of works, doesn't it? I'd have my train line coming down this way somewhere. I think that would work out as pretty much there. Train line's coming that way. I can't build that just yet because I haven't got the required materials for it. Just moving things out the way a second whilst I work out what my train line's going to be doing.
Watch your fingers, lad.
I normally run into issues with this in the fact that I don't have enough steel beams, but I seem to have an awful lot of them right now, so that might be fine. We might be okay. Right, what we want to do is we want to get the oil refineries down. Two oil refineries, and that's where the oil is going to come from. Now these also have the train line going from them and to them and from them and all the rest of it. This is, at the moment, I'm just literally building the bare bones that I'm going to need. I'm going to have to probably improve my train line drastically at some point. Right. So that will be that. This means that you're going to need to move. And I need some concrete before I can carry on. Chances are I'm going to be using that up pretty quickly. But what I can do is I can just delete these two here. Oh, there's a sneaky fishery there. Don't need that. There's some oil barrel things. Oil storage. I'll put my big Betty in here somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. That's a bit of a bug, I think. How strange. So that's that. And then I'm just gonna quickly pop that there. So next episode,
Your vessel shall be subject to an inspection.
we're gonna continue from where we are, so long as this one is recorded correctly. Yeah, so as always, if you've liked what you watched, please let me know. If you haven't liked what you watched, please let me know, and preferably why as well. That would be great. I'm always looking for ways to improve my channel. If there's content that I'm not covering that you'd like me to cover, please let me know.
Get some rest.
And yeah, as I say, all feedback is very much encouraged and welcomed. Even if it's negative, that is absolutely fine. You know, you can always improve anything and everything. So, and that's what I'm looking for. So, as long as you guys are being entertained and you're enjoying what you're seeing, then I'm doing a successful job as to what I want to be doing. So, with all that said, I shall leave you. Next episode, we're going to need to jump into the concrete production. I need to have a little think on what I want to do with that. And we'll have a look into the expedition to the Arctic. But from me for now, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate the subscriptions. I really appreciate the likes. And yeah, thank you guys. You're all great. You're all amazing. Stay safe. And I'll see you next episode, which will be on next Saturday, 9 o'clock AM GMT. Take care.